Can Orelvis Martinez or Alan Roden break camp with the Blue Jays? Hey everyone, welcome into Long Ball. Rob Wong, joined alongside by Toronto Sun Blue Jays writer Rob Longley. And Rob, we've gotten our first taste of Blue Jays spring training action so far, and a couple of young prospects have made an impression in Orelvis Martinez and Alan Roden. Martinez with a homer and a double, while Roden has a pair of extra base hits. We'll start with Martinez, who of course got a cup of coffee with the Jays last year before getting hit with a PED suspension that ended his season. We know this guy has as much power as anyone in the system, Rob, but the glove is a bit questionable at this point. However, if he has a strong spring, do you think there is a spot for him on the big club?
Rob, I think it has to at least be under consideration for him. I mean, this is a team, as we are well aware, needs a bat that can produce, needs a bat that can add some power to the lineup. And they were willing to give him the opportunity last summer, late last summer. And then, of course, the PED suspension, as you mentioned, which was a big blow to the team, frankly, and to Martinez, because that was a real opportunity for him on a season going nowhere to get used to the major leagues and to sort of have an opportunity to develop up there and be comfortable enough to take that into 2025. Now, having said that, he still remains the top position player prospect with the team. A guy who you can legitimately get excited about with his power. And, if he continues to hit, it's only 2 games, but if he continues to hit through spring training, I think you have to seriously consider overlooking the defensive liability that he has at this point and giving him an opportunity to hit off the bench. This is a team hasn't been shy about putting power bats on the bench. They had Daniel Vogelback in that position last year, and they had Brandon Rust the year before. So what do? Brandon Belt. I'm sorry, Brandon Rust. So what do? Like, do you just let him go back to the minor leagues to develop defensively, or do you maybe take a shot on giving him the occasional opportunity at third base? And as designated hitter and a bat off the bench, and maybe being around a guy like Andres Gimenez, who's such a good defender, and Bo Bichette, maybe you learn more defensively being around those guys rather than playing every day in the minor leagues. That's the question that the management's going to have to come up with at the end of the season. The answer to that, anyway. But if there's enough upside with that bat, I think you got to try to find a way to keep him in the lineup.
Yeah, this is a lineup, as you mentioned, still looking for another big bat, and maybe he could be that with the home run power that he has. Alan Roden, the other guy that has a lot of backers in this organization. I know GM Ross Atkins mentioned him sort of unprompted a few weeks ago when he was asked about maybe some of the top prospects he's looking forward to in camp, and so far so good. Not a guy that has the same type of prodigious power as an Orelvis Martinez, Rob, but clearly someone that knows how to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, a guy who's versatile with the bat. And I think the most exciting aspect of Alan Roden is that the Blue Jays are finally developing an outfielder, internally, something that they haven't done in quite some time. Like, people suggest that they did that with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Well, the only reason Lourdes Gurriel Jr. went to the outfield was because he was terrible as an infielder, so they had no other choice but to put him out there. Now, in terms of timelines with him, I suppose if he is has such a good spring that they have no choice but to bring him up for opening day, that they could consider that. But I think his profile and his experience is such that he would probably be better to start the season with AAA Buffalo, get lots of reps down there, continue to hone his skills at the plate, and be sort of the first guy to get a call up if Martinez starts with the team, that is. I think the exciting thing, Rob, about both of these players, Martinez and Roden, is, we've seen some guys come up from Buffalo and contribute over the last couple of years. Obviously, Spencer Horwitz, Davis Schneider, Ernie Clement, others. But I think the ceiling with each of these guys is much higher than those 3 players I just mentioned. So if you're a Blue Jays fan excited about finally seeing a prospect crack the lineup and being able to do a little bit of damage at the plate, I think both Orelvis Martinez and Alan Roden fit that bill.
Well, for everything that has been made about how weak this minor league system is, you've got a couple of guys here that are clearly knocking on the door, and we could see very soon putting on a Blue Jays uniform and playing with the MLB club this season. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For Rob Longley, I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.